Okay, Barbara Crown is coming on. She has a report. You know, helicopter accidents are seem to be in the news, and we have discussed helicopters in the past for hunting purposes. And unfortunately, when I spoke to Barbara, she had some unpleasant news about a helicopter accident that took place. I believe it was in Northwest Territories. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, James, and you?
I'm good. How's the weather in Miami?
Very hot.
Oh, wait a minute. That's what Rachel said in Washington. You mean it's not any better in Miami?
Hot and muggy like a mulligan soup.
All right. Well, let's get serious for a minute. Tell us a little bit about what took place in the Northwest Territories.
Well, it's very sad. There was a helicopter crash in the Nahanni Butte area of the Northwest Territories in the Mackenzie Mountains. This is a very remote area of the world, and from what we understand, the details are still sketchy, but what I've been able to get from everybody is there was a pilot, a guide, and a hunter who were coming around a mountain, and apparently some winds hit the helicopter, and the helicopter crashed. The pilot, who is Barry Scott, a former and experienced outfitter in Canada, was thrown from the wreckage, and he was in serious condition in the hospital. He was undergoing surgery last week. The guide, whose name is Jake Weeb, and I'm told is a very well-known, very well-respected guide who's been guiding for the Lancaster family for many years, he died at the crash, as well as the hunter. And the hunter is Johnny Barrell. He was 55 years old from Tipton, Iowa. And what's particularly sad there for his family is his son, 20-year-old David Barrell, was killed in 2007 in Iraq serving our country. Very sad for that family. The hunting report sends our condolences. Basically what it comes down to is this is the Lancaster family, who many of you may remember. I told you last year Cam Lancaster died in a plane crash in the Northwest Territories, in their area also, near one of their wilderness landing strips. It's been years since we've seen these kinds of accidents out there, and the Lancasters, boom, they get it one right after the other, not even quite a year apart. So right now, the Lancaster family, and this would be the Nahanni Butte Outfitters outfitting company. They are right now scrambling, as you can imagine. They've lost a guide, they've lost a client, and they have a pilot who is out of commission now, and they've lost an aircraft as well. So right now they're just trying to get a handle on all of this. I can tell you, I know that the Lancasters are professionals. Last year when Cam was killed, we had a subscriber who went out just a week later. He was told by Cam's brother, Jim Lancaster, no, please don't cancel your hunt. Come on out. We'll take care of you. The subscriber reported back. He said they could not have been more professional. His hunt was just handled perfectly from beginning to end. He had a great experience, took 5 different animals. He said everything was just handled perfectly. He couldn't tell. If he didn't know that something had gone wrong, he would never been able to tell. But if you have a hunt scheduled with Nahanni Butte Outfitters for this season, call them and just check on the status of your hunt. They will have to make some kind of arrangements for you. They can use, besides helicopters, and by the way, Northwest Territories is the only province in Canada where you can still use helicopters to access the hunting area, and there is a 12-hour wait after you land. But they can also use planes, and they can also access their area by boat. So check with them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and as I recall, this outfitter has been using aircraft for many years.
For years, yes.
Right.
Many, many years.
Accident-free, without any accident at all.
Correct.
Right. Right. And it's a terrible situation. I know that we've discussed helicopter hunting in the past. I know that he uses that particular helicopter for transportation. As you said, they have a
Right.
12-hour waiting period. It's wind shear by the sound of it for those of us who fly, and it's something that you can never look ahead to. There's no warning. It just suddenly happens. You hope that it is not as tragic as this, but in some cases it has been. So if you have a hunt booked, what's your suggestion?
Well, if you're booked with Nahanni Butte, call them, find out if this particular situation is going to affect your hunt. They will have to replace this aircraft. They have to replace their pilot. They have a guide that they have to replace. And like I said, they're professionals. If anybody can pull it off, the Lancasters can pull it off and do it well. But give them a call and just verify with them that everything is still in place.
And you did say the pilot was a fatality also, right?
The pilot survived.
He did survive. Okay, good.
Yes. That would be Barry Scott. He's currently in the hospital. He underwent surgery last week. I understand that he's in serious condition.
Okay, well, it's extremely unfortunate, and we again send our sympathies out to anyone who is involved or knows the hunter. I also think that hunter has been there before, isn't that correct?
I don't know. He's not a hunting report subscriber, so I couldn't find anything out except for his name.
Well, thank you for that, Barbara. I hope that next week we'll have some more pleasant news. But for those of you who may know the hunter or know the outfitter, I'm sure that they would appreciate anything that you might do in the way of emails or sympathy. And certainly you can probably go right to the hunt report and find out how to contact those people and get further information. I assume you'll do a follow-up report, Barbara?
I am doing a follow-up report. My correspondent in Canada is attending the memorial service, and he knows those folks personally, so he'll be getting some more information for me.
Okay. Well, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you coming on and giving us that information. And next week we will try to have something more pleasant to discuss, and hopefully we'll have no more fatalities. Thanks, Barbara.
All right, James. See you next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.